Hello, how are you doing? Now in this video, let's learn about handling click events. Okay, so here we are rendering all the users. Now on each user, let's add a simple form. Okay, just for learning purpose. Let's create a form. Let's close this form tag. Okay, so this form will have input, and make sure to always close like so. Okay, it's very important. So input type, let's say type submit. Okay, and then value, let's say load users. Okay, so when this form, when this input, this submit will be clicked on this button, right, it will load more users. Okay, that's what we're trying to do. Okay, so form on submit, we can use this method. So on submit, what we can do is we can execute a certain function. Okay, so for example, let's say we're going to create a new function. Let's name that handle submit. Okay, so this handle submit, so we haven't created this yet, we will create now. Okay, so all we did is create a simple form with the input type of submit. The value is the load users, and then when this will be clicked, it will execute this function. Okay, so let's save this one. Let's go here. Okay, we got the button, that's great. Now let's work on this method. Okay, so handle submit, we can go on top. Let's create here handle submit. First thing we want to do is we want to prevent the default behavior. So when you click, it will reload the page. We don't want that, right? So handle submit event prevent default. Okay, once we do that, what we can do is we can, let's say, in fact what we're trying to do is we're trying to make an API call to load more users, right? So let's do that. All we need to do is execute this function, right? So handle submit prevent the default behavior, and then load the users. Make sure you have this. So execute this function. Once you do that, console log just more users loaded. Okay, just for our reference. Okay, so we have this function. When this is clicked, when this is submit, this method will run. It will prevent the default behavior, and then it will execute this get users method. Okay, so let's go here, give it a refresh. Let's try. So it's reloading the page because I did a typo here. What I did is I misspelled it, SUBMIT. Okay, submit, make sure you get it right. From on submit, we execute this method. This will prevent the default behavior, it will get more users. Okay, let's give it a try. Load users, and as you can see, cannot read property get users for undefined, and that's because we need to bind this method because this class doesn't know. Okay, so when I said this, it doesn't know. So what I need to do is I need to bind. So right after this state inside this constructor, anytime you create a new function, you need to bind. Okay, so this handle submit, right, handle submit equals to this handle submit bind. So this bind method we use. Now this method will bind this method to this class itself. Okay, now if you go refresh, load users, as you can see, page is not refreshing, it is just showing loading because we're getting the more data, but page is not reloading. Okay, beautiful. Now what we could also do is we could, every time we get load more users, we could merge that new data to the old data in the state, right? But let's not do all that stuff because we're going to work in a real project anyway. I just wanted to show you how this the click events works in React. Okay, so let's not work on this one. In fact, we're going to do all this in the real project later down the road. Okay, but we can even do it. It's not that difficult. Okay, let's do it actually. So every time we click, we get more data, which we load the data, right? We execute this method. So what we can do is, it is setting the state on based on each response. Now what I can do is, just like we learned using the spread operator. Okay, so what we can do is uses, now keep it inside an array. So first we will take all the users that are already exist in the state. Now in this case it would already be some users there in the state, right? So we can use this three dots spread operator. So we can say this state users. So we take the existing users, if there are any, from the state, and then we merge with the rest of the users that are coming from the response after making each API request. Okay, so using this array spread operator, we can merge the data, merge the users. So every time we click, we load more data. Okay, so we have 5. Now if I load, we have 10. If I load again, we have more, we have more. Okay, so this is how it works. All right, so if we go upage source, no, sorry, inspect, see the state. Okay, you saw it's 20. Okay, it's 25, it's so on. Okay, so that's how we can merge the state, merge the data in the local state as well. It's pretty cool, right? Now this becomes super useful in real world application. When you're building a real world application, these tricks are really helpful. Okay, so you're learning quite a lot. Now let's do a few more small steps in the next video, then we will be done with the React basics. All right, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.